we all have virtues. Yes, we all have specialities, which are called Visheshta in Hindi. And Baba says that we children receive specialities as our godly birthright also. So when we come to Baba, Baba also fills us with virtues and powers and knowledge, and that also is a big speciality. So we have that which nobody in the world has. So when you have a speciality, then that speciality is your USP. So you're different from others and you're unique in that way. So Baba says, in any case, every soul has certain specialities, and when we come to Baba, by virtue of being Baba's children, Baba also gives specialities as a birthright to us. But what Baba says in the blessings in both the days is, we have specialities, but a speciality is like a seed. So, and the ground in which you sow the seed is seva. So if you don't use, let's say you have a seed, but you don't sow it in the ground, then do you get a fruit? No. So what will you do with the seed without the fruit? So Baba says, we all have the seeds of specialities, but until and unless we sow those seeds on the ground of seva, so we use them in seva, we don't get the fruit. And Baba always tells us that if you eat fresh fruit, you will be very healthy. And Baba says that when you use your specialities for seva, then you will get the fruit of happiness and power. But Baba says that most children don't do that. So we have specialities, and because we don't use them in seva, that's why we are not getting the fruit of happiness or power or enthusiasm or blessings. So there are so many fruits that we would receive if we used our specialities. So this is what Baba told in yesterday's blessing. So, when Baba gives a blessing, in the blessing, Baba gives a method. So the blessing is basically, how do you get a siddhi through a method? Vidhi se siddhi. That's the format of a blessing. So in yesterday's Murli also, Baba said that if you want to get the fruit of your specialities, then sow the seed of your specialities on the ground of seva. And that is the method to receive the fruit. So in the blessing that people, in the world, they think that a blessing means somebody comes and blesses you and you have it. But Baba's blessings are not like that. Baba tells us the method. When we apply that method, we receive the blessing. Now in today's Murli, Baba is giving us further clarification about how to use our blessings. So first thing is, we sow the seed and then there is a fruit. So sowing is first, using it for seva is first. Then the second thing is, you have to water the seed also. Yes, so Baba says, water the seed of your blessings with the water of powers, spiritual powers. So let's say you plan to use a speciality in seva, okay, and you are trying to sow the seed of your speciality in seva, in the field of seva. But don't forget to water it with the water of powers. Because if you don't have spiritual powers, then what happens is you will try to use your speciality, but then the desired fruit will not come. So, when Baba talks in theory, it all looks very fantastic. But let's understand what he practically means. So let's say you plan to, maybe you have a very big specialty. Yes, maybe you are a doctor, and you can find out some time to maybe counsel the every soul who is coming, both spiritually and physically. But then you don't have the capacity to adjust. Okay, and then what happens is, let's say earlier you were told that you come and do the seva from 2 in the afternoon to 4, and then at 11 o'clock you are told that no, instead of 2, make it 3 to 5. And then your mind just sets off. Now I have to reschedule everything, and how can I do it in the last minute, and then I have this commitment and that commitment. So if you just don't have the capacity to adjust, and you're very fixed in this was told, and then I informed 24 hours earlier, so why was I not informed 24 hours before, and these kind of things, then what happens is maybe you will make time and go at 3, and then you will do the seva, but then the happiness that you were supposed to get from that you will not get, because you have spoiled your state of mind by thinking all these waste thoughts. And this is what happens. So there are these so whenever you have a speciality, along with that speciality you need lot of powers. And sometimes when you see a good sevadhari, so somebody who is doing a lot of spiritual seva, you admire their speciality. Yes, you like when we listen to Shivani Ben, will say, okay, she's such a great speaker, and clarity of thought, and integration of practical and theory and this and that. Okay, all that is speciality. But do you know what is more admirable than the speciality? It is the power. Because so there are many souls who have specialities. It's not like there is a dearth of souls who have specialities. But when we start sowing those seeds of speciality in the field of seva, then what happens is there are a lot of powers you need. You need to discern, decide, let go, adjust, tolerate, cooperate. You need to do all of that. And only when you do that, then you will be able to continue seva. So, sometimes, you sow a seed and you get a plant, and the plant stays for some time, and it looks like a very fruitful and healthy plant, but then after some time the plant just withers. Have you seen that? And we are not able to find out what caused the plant to wither. And a good gardener can tell you, okay, this was neglected, or that problem happened, and this is why the plant withered. Similarly, Baba, who is the master gardener, or the Malik. So Baba says, you are the Mali, I am the Malik. So the Malik of the garden tells us that if you have a speciality, you sow it, and you want the, the plant or the whole the fruit laden plant of happiness and good wishes to grow continuously, then you need to pay a lot of attention to whether you are watering it with the water of powers or not. If there is a lack of these 8 powers, and there is a lack of power to withdraw, or power to pack up, or power to tolerate or accommodate, or there is a lack of power to discern, decide, cooperate, or face, then you will not be able to sustain growth in this fruit of seva. So you will get the fruit for some time, but then slowly your enthusiasm, your happiness will all die because you don't have powers. And this is why, sometimes when children offer that, and there are many children in Baba's family who are capable of doing a lot. So they have a lot of specialities, they have a lot of specialities that come from Baba. They have a lot of specialities which they come, which they have from the Lokik life also. But in spite of having such a huge array of specialities, those children are not receiving the main fruit of contentment. So, somebody who is so full, today Baba underlines that the biggest fruit of specialities is contentment. So when you are so full of specialities, you should be content. And think about Baba's children. We are blessed in both ways. We have the gifts of the world, we have gifts of Baba, but still, what is it that doesn't allow us to be content? So the first thing is, we don't use our specialities in seva, and B, if we use them, we don't use our powers. And this is why somewhere or the other they do not translate into fruit, or if they do, it's for a short time, and then slowly, there is some problem with that growth. So this is something that Baba says. And if a soul is full of specialities, then the soul must experience the fruit of contentment. And how do you experience the fruit of contentment? When you use your speciality in seva. Because when you use whatever you have in seva, then you earn the blessings of souls and the blessings of Baba. And that is what makes you content. But let me give you very, very, very small examples. So, there is one sister, and she is very good at doing seva. And she observes all Baba's disciplines, and she can make, she has great culinary skills, and she can make great Brahma Bhojan. But the thing is, she cannot work with anybody in the Bhandara. She can only work alone. So whenever there is Brahma Bhojan, then we don't call her. So we don't call her for seva. Why? Because you cannot cook Brahma Bhojan alone. There is so much to be done. You cannot do it alone. And then whenever she works with others, she will have a lot of issues. Like, they didn't clean this properly, or they didn't put this away properly, or somebody just made this remark while talking and I didn't like it. So these kinds of, or when this person came late, then I didn't like it. So these are the kind of complaints she would always have. And then I just decided that she doesn't have to be given any seva in Brahma Bhojan, because there's a lot of waste sankalp going on when that seva is being done. So if you don't have the cooperate, if you don't have the power to cooperate, then how will you do seva? So Baba says every power is important. Now you see, tolerate. Now power to tolerate is the most important, because when you are in seva, seva is always done in sangathan. So seva is always done with others. There is nothing like seva individually. So at least you will have to have some interaction and communication with at least your nimit, if not anybody else. So there is always this communication and interaction. And then everybody has different sanskars. So you need to have the capacity to tolerate. If you don't have it, then you have everything is a red flag for you, and you start getting upset at everything. Then how will you do seva? So Baba says, you have to have the capacity to tolerate, insult, praise, fame, defamation, heat and cold. Even if you are a sevadhari and you get ill whenever there is a change in weather, or even there is no physical capacity to tolerate the weather, you cannot be a sevadhari. So there has to be every capacity. So Baba says this is why a soul who is so full of Baba's gifts and the gifts of specialities must experience contentment. But the reason is, first, we don't use our gifts for seva. And you must think today whether you use your specialities for seva. Because if you're not using your specialities for godly seva, your speciality could be a skill, your speciality could be an attainment, your speciality could be a position you hold, your speciality could be, the resources you have, whatever speciality you have. Baba says, do you use it for seva? That's the first question, because many Brahmins don't. And then the second is, do you use it in a powerful state? Because if you use it and there is no power, then also that continuous fruits from your seed of speciality you will not get. So this is something. And today Baba in the slogan talks about something very beautiful. So there is this system in bhakti where you share your prasad. So whenever you went to the temple in bhakti and they gave you a part of the offering that you made to God, that was prasad, and you took that home and you shared it with everybody, and you thought that if you shared the prasad with everybody, then that's good karma. So that's charitable karma. So it is good to share the prasad and eat. Now Baba says that prasad is nothing, that's just sweets. But here Baba says you are getting the prasad of experience. So people talk about truth, people talk about the power of truth, people talk about peace, happiness, love, but you have experienced knowledge, peace, happiness, love. You have experienced, the gifts from Baba. You have experienced all of these virtues and powers, and you have experienced the power of truth. And Baba says, when you share that with others, so these experiences that come from being a soul who is full of truth and power and love and peace, you share that with others, that is being a charitable soul, that is doing punya karma. Now, so we know how to share the prasad. So, break it into pieces, give it to others. That is easy. But how do you share your gifts from Baba with others? How do you do that? So Baba says, by being full of those gifts. So, whenever somebody is coming from a place of ignorance and you are full of truth, then you have to be the truth, speak the truth, share the truth, and change their attitude towards whatever situation they are in. So, this is how you share your prasad that Baba has given you. Or let's say love. So, Baba is giving us so much unconditional love. Every day, are you filling your buddhi with Baba's love? Yes, so in Amrit Vela also, Murli also, Baba is always using these words, sweet, divine, fortunate for us. So whenever we are also we are in the company of other souls, let us also see lovefully, think lovefully, talk lovefully to them. And just like Baba's love is full of strength and power and healing and guidance, let our behavior also guide them in that way. So Baba says, this is sharing what you've got from Baba. And this is what is Punya Karma. And Baba says, this is the biggest sharing that you can do to other souls. So give the prasad. And Baba always says, nobody should return empty-handed from a temple. Yes, so whenever somebody comes to you, they are coming to an instrument of God. So always give them this prasad. So, in the center also we make it a practice to never send anyone without a toli. But it's not just the physical toli. Also, fill them with something that you received from Baba. And that is something that they should take away when they meet you. So this is something that Baba is saying today. And today in the Murli, Baba is appreciating the value of Sangam Yuga. And today, because in the Murli Baba says it, I was just thinking that this confluence age in which we are living is such a unique time in the whole of the cycle. And in this confluence age, there is Baba. And Baba today says, I am the true beloved. So today's song is Pritam Maan Milo Dukhiya Jia Bulai. So people in Bhakti have been calling out that, O beloved, you come, my sorrowful heart calls out to you. So we say that God is the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. So we are calling out to the Pritam to give us happiness. Yes, and do you understand that when Baba says that I am the beloved who switches you from sorrow to happiness, do you have any beloved who can take away your sorrow and give you happiness? So, there is this sister, and she was talking to me, and she said that I'm in a relationship and I'm not feeling comfortable in it. So I said, why? So she said that, when I am in some pain, whenever I am going through a phase where I'm not feeling good about things or I'm not feeling okay, then when I talk to that person I'm in a relationship with, they fail to understand it. And sometimes, I feel like I'm talking to some kind of a wall, and I have expressed it in words, and I'm saying I'm feeling like this and that, But that person just says, okay, but this is a small matter, you switch. What is the big deal? Nobody is like you. Why are you behaving so weird? So I feel very uncomfortable. So I said, then how did you get into this relationship? So she said, in the beginning, he was very understanding. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. So you see, sometimes, you feel that somebody understands your sorrow, or somebody can relieve your sorrow. But in the world, that is very temporary, because when there is attraction, when there is attachment, then people will act in a manner that you feel that they are taking away your sorrow. But if they took away your sorrow, then why is sorrow left in your heart? So nobody takes away your sorrow. That's the beauty of the world. So you see, when you are so when there is a relationship, a physical relationship of a lover and a beloved, then what happens is you feel that your sorrow is being relieved in the company of that person. But that's not really healing. That's just kind of a painkiller you get for some time, because vices give you painkillers, but they don't give you any healing. So for some time, under the sway of that vice, you feel that you are healed and you are feeling better. But what if you went to a doctor and that doctor gave you a medication, and they said that until you take the medication you will feel better, but as soon as you leave the medication you will feel worse than you're feeling right now? So would you go to such a doctor? So they would tell you that you take this medicine, you will feel better, but when you leave taking this medicine, then you feel worse than you're feeling now. Would you go to that doctor and take that medicine? No, because you want to get healed. But in the world, when we talk about lovers and beloveds, this is what they are giving. So when you take your sorrowful heart to them, for some time you feel that you're not feeling that sorrowful. But after that, you start feeling more sorrowful than you felt before them, because it is not healing that you're receiving. So nobody can heal your sorrowful heart except Baba. And this is why Baba says, I am the Satguru, I am the true teacher, true father, true beloved. True beloved who takes away your sorrow and gives you happiness. That is the job of a beloved. And Baba says, nobody is a beloved other than me, because nobody can take away your sorrow and give you happiness, because it looks like they take away your sorrow, but when they leave you in a more sorrowful state. So that means that your sorrow was never taken away. It was just pacified for some time. So it's like a painkiller, it's not medication. So that's what the vices do. So Baba says that I am the only beloved who take away your pain and heal your heart and make it powerful and peaceful and full of happiness. And Baba says, I am the only Satguru who tells you the truth. So until I come, you don't know the truth. So speaking the truth, so everybody says, I'm speaking the truth, I'm speaking the truth. But what is everybody speaking? They are only telling their opinion and perception. So we don't know the truth in the world. What is the truth? Yes, so does psychology tell you the truth? Does economics tell you the truth? Does science tell you the truth? Does anything ever tell you the truth? So, psychology will tell you that a child gets affected by this, and that. and that getting affected is inevitable. But the truth is, you are a soul and you have the capacity to stay unaffected by everything. Yes, so nobody tells us the truth. So Baba says, we only get these, and even science, these days, scientists are saying that, everything in the universe, every behavior of every atom, every molecule is dependent on the observer. So the soul present in that environment is affecting everything. So whatever studies we are making on, the observations that we are making on the movements in the physical world and the events in the physical world, they are all a reflection of the consciousness of souls. And how can we not understand the consciousness of souls? How can we leave that area and understand nature? So Baba says, if you don't understand the Rachayita, how will you understand the Rachna? So you are understanding the Rachna without understanding the Rachayita. So Baba says, you souls are the creators of nature. You souls are the creators of environments. And if you don't know yourself, how will you study science, which is a study of the environment? So Baba says, all these studies, everything is a lie. So whatever you think, and now we have twisted it in another way, We say that nature determines my mood and my destiny and my reality and this and that. So we are all going in a different direction. So Baba says, nobody tells you the truth until I come. So you are not your body, you are not your relationships, you are not the religion you practice. So even if you go to, even if you read the scriptures or go to religion, they will tell you that your practices make you. Yes, so you are a good Hindu, or you will receive salvation if you do this, do that, do the other. But does that determine really where you will go after death? So Baba says, no, those practices are nothing. It is the consciousness in which you did everything which will determine where you will go. But these days, so everything we listen to in the world is a lie. And people think that, the labels we hold, the positions we hold, they are something that will give us security. But your karma can only give you security. So when you are in trouble, your karma comes to save you, nothing else. So Baba says, all of the things that you study in the world is a big, big, big lie. And this is the only confluence age where I come. I am the Satguru. I am the only one who tells you the truth. So without me, you don't know the truth. You can't tell the truth. Now we can tell the truth because we know the truth. So Baba says, until and unless I come, these possibilities are not there. So Baba today says, I am the true beloved because only I can heal your heart. I am the Satguru, I tell you the truth. I am the true father because only I can give you inheritance. Yes, I can shift you to a world of happiness. Yes, no father can give you an inheritance of happiness. So we look up to parents for inheritance, but what do they give us? They give us some money and lot of belief systems which make us miserable. Yes, so I will tell you one thing. There is this one sister who comes to the center, and she told me, my parents married me off at the age of 19 and they gave me a lot of dowry. So they were really, so if you look at it from the world's angle, they are very good parents, because they gave me a lot of dowry. Lot of means lot of, they gave me so much that people looking at that whole scene were aghast that they really endowed their daughter with everything. But they married me at the age of 19, where I had no sense and sensibility. And today, and she says it was legal also. So it's not like 19, I was underage or something. But if you ask me, I was not mentally or emotionally or any which way in that place where I could get married. And then there was a pressure to have a child. So I had a child at the age of 20. And she said that apparently, from the societal point of view, everything is going great. But I'm 25 today and I'm in depression because I've handled everything badly. I did not know how to handle relationships. I did not know how to be a mother. And my child is going through mental challenges. So my child, when he was 3, we started understanding that he has signs of autism, and I didn't know how to deal with that. And I was dealing with my own struggles, and I started handling that also badly. And today I'm just full of regrets and guilt. And she said that, you see, so apparently what I'm trying to say is, even if parents are doing the best they can, the problem is they don't know the best. So whatever they are doing is not coming out to be the best. So Baba says, I am the supreme parent. I am the, Sat parent, or the true parent, who is giving you the inheritance to a world of happiness and peace. Physical parents, they give everything, but they only make you miserable, because they are miserable. So the only thing they can make you is miserable, because nobody can do better than themselves. So they are doing their best, but their best is not good enough. So that is the problem. And then Baba says, I am the true teacher, because nobody knows the beginning, middle and end. Nobody knows the possibilities of the human soul. Nobody knows anything. So people are teaching you, what do we learn in education anyway? So we go to school, college, and all we learn is about the 5 elements. We don't learn anything about ourselves, or the being that we are, or the powers that we have. So we learn about the power of water and air and food and other stuff, but we don't know ourselves. So what kind of education is that? So Baba says, but Baba says nobody can be blamed for it, because this is the only time when I come. So this is the only time when you have all of this, and other times you don't have it. And Baba says confluence age means it begins when I come and ends when I go. And when I come, I am the true beloved Father, Teacher, Satguru. So I give you everything and go, and there is no need for you to look for any beloved teacher, Father in Satyug. So you will have everything, you will seek nothing. So I come, I fill your aprons with everything and go. And then Baba says, for the next whole cycle, I don't come, and you don't have access to truth when you fall down in Dwapar Yuga. So this is something that today Baba is saying. Okay, Om Shanti.